Late December 1902, Blessing, North Dakota. Gus Board, you are the most stubborn brother a girl could ever have. Rebecca glared, hands clamped on her hips. Since she only had 2 living brothers, it wasn't much of a contest. But still, why could he never, ever see her point of view? To keep herself from launching a full attack, she slammed the kitchen cabinet door. The dishes rattled inside. You know we don't have any money for your silly dream, so quit wasting time on it. Destroying the cattle killed a lot of dreams. I know that, but if thinking about my soda shop makes me happy, what's wrong with a bit of happy? What else could she slam other than his head? Besides, I have my graduation money. Every year, each graduate of the Blessing School received $100 from Mr. Gould, a wealthy man in New York who'd been a friend of the Bjorklunds since the homesteading days. Money that should go into the bank to help replace our livestock. Gus shook his head. Grow up, Rebecca. What's more important, our farm and keeping our heads above water, or... She glared at him, anything to keep from bursting into tears again. Crying never did any good. All the tears she'd shed over the destruction of the cows, pigs, and sheep had only given her a headache. That and all the smoke from the burning carcasses. Hoof and mouth disease had decimated all the cloven-footed animals west of the Mississippi. They had gone for months without milk, cream, butter, and meat other than chicken, fish, or rabbit, unless they paid the exorbitant prices for that brought in on the train. With no milk to sell to Ingeborg Bjorklund's cheese house, they'd had no income until after harvest. So what was wrong with dreaming? If only she could talk these things over with her mother. But Agnes Board had died 9 years earlier, leaving a hole in her youngest child's heart, the size of North Dakota. You're not going to cry now, are you? The tone of his voice set her off again. Gus Board, you better get out of my kitchen before I... She started toward him, no plan in mind, but the look on her face must have convinced him that even though he was 8 inches taller than she and a lot heavier, retreat was wiser than confrontation. She slammed the door behind him and collapsed on a kitchen chair. Lord, I hate winter. I hate the cattle dying, and I hate all the sorrow around here. I just thought I could bring some people a little happiness, and look what it gets me. A never-ending fight with my brother. And the sad thing is, he's probably right. I hate it when he is right. At least Canute, the older of the 2 brothers, didn't try to boss her around all the time. But then she didn't live with him, at least not anymore. Besides, he had his wife Dorothy and 3 little kids to worry about. Gus just had too much time on his hands.